What's up, YouTube? I'm Rob.
And this is Nick.
We're Coffee and Crypto here. We're back with the market update for you. And a lot has happened in the past. It's been less than 7 days, I think.
5 days ago was our last market update, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot's happened. We are now sitting at $22,275 for Bitcoin. Last time we spoke, we were right around $30,000, and we made some predictions, and we pretty much predicted this, but just not in this time frame. Anyway, we're about to jump into it, but before we do, please give this video a like and give our channel a subscribe, as it helps out us and the growth of this YouTube channel, as we're just getting started here and we're in it for the long term to provide you with education and market analysis in crypto and finance. So we would appreciate your support. So Nick, why don't you lead us off and give us your thoughts on Bitcoin and the market right now?
Yeah, just really quickly, taking a look at what we were looking at last time, we were just kind of going in this the bear flag we were talking about in the last video, and it looks like we have made that almost equal length move that we were talking about down to the low 20s. So is this the bottom? Yes, it could be, because we have hit that historic 200 or the 200-week moving average support. However, there's a lot of market conditions that we're going to talk about right now that a lot of people are saying that we could continue even lower because of all of the bearish news out there. So Rob, you want to talk a little bit about what we're seeing right now in the news?
Yeah, so we did point out that bear flag last time, and then my prediction was that we could make like another potentially 40 to 50% move, and we didn't go that much, but I still think from where we were, that's on the table. But basically what happened was, it's funny how this all works out, because you can make predictions based off the charts, and then these catalyst scenarios happen, and it still ends up like playing out pretty closely to the charts. But anyway, what happened since we were at 30,000 Bitcoin? Well, CPI came out, and that was, I forget the exact number, but it was 8.6, 8.5, 8.7, whatever it was, inflation, which was a lot higher than we were expecting. So with that, prices of everything have gone up. Inflation, energy, everything's gone up. So it's hitting the consumer's wallet. But with inflation going up, and now we're Tuesday, tomorrow and Thursday, the Fed is meeting, and they're going to announce the next rate hikes. So it's a combination of what happened. We had the inflation numbers come out. That was bad. So that's bearish. Then within 7 days from that, we're having the next rate hike. The Fed had announced or projected that they were going to do 50 basis points hikes, subsequently each time that they meet. But now with this inflation number, everyone is expecting 75 basis points. We don't know that for sure, but everyone is expecting that. And with everything the Fed's been putting out and only going 50 basis points in the past, it kind of allowed consumers and the market to lose credibility in the Fed, because they're not attacking inflation head on, and they're kind of kicking the can down the road and extending this whole economic situation, which is just going to extend, pain for the market. So there's a lot of factors at play, with anticipating this rate hike that's coming. Is it going to be 50? Is it going to be 75? Are they going to go even more hawkish and go 100? I don't think so. I think everyone is expecting it's likely going to be 75 basis points, which is bearish. So you have those two things. And then on top of it, a third catalyst event, which is Celsius Network. And that's basically a platform where if you have crypto, you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it is, and you're just holding it in your wallet, Celsius says, hey, come stake your stuff on my platform. I'm going to give you a return on your coins for holding it here. And how do they make that return? Well, they lend out, they leverage, they get into DeFi, they get into these projects where they're basically taking your coins and, making money off them in other ways and then profiting the difference. So with Celsius, there is a bank run scenario similar to Luna with Ethereum, staked ETH. There was this whole big situation, and then they were freezing withdrawals on Celsius because basically they're trying to, cover their butt cover the margin call and stay liquid and not have everyone do a bank run at once. So it caused a lot of panic, a lot of FUD, a big sell off, and then it appears, I don't know if this is certain or not, but it appears that some third party was trying to liquidate Celsius in this whole bank run situation because they have a liquidation price, which is public. I think at first it was like around $20,000, $21,000. And then Celsius kept adding to their position to lower the liquidation. I think now it's like around 16,000 or whatever. But it seemed like, because all these transactions are public, like if someone's selling a large amount of Ethereum or Bitcoin, there's actually a Twitter account, I think it's called Whale Watcher. So if these big accounts or amounts of Bitcoin and Ethereum are being sold, it's basically like a bot that posts it. And you can see all these transactions happening, like huge amounts of Bitcoin and Ethereum going to exchanges and being sold off, which looked like a coordinated and timely fashion of selling.
A malicious attack.
Right. Who is it by? I mean, there's some speculation out there, but it appears like they were trying to liquidate Celsius and, basically do a situation that happened to Luna, which would cause the market to go down further. So a couple of things in the past week that happened that you couldn't have predicted, but here we are. So that's basically what happened. Quick summary.
Yeah, I want to talk about just one more thing.
Let's get your thoughts, Nick.
So there's a ton of bearish news out there, a lot of negative news, a lot of fear. One other thing that we didn't talk about yet was the layoffs with Coinbase, and there was a couple other. What were the two others?
Gemini and Crypto.com.
Gemini and Crypto.com are all having layoffs, kind of preparing for what they're calling a crypto winter that is appearing right now. But I mean, what do you do at this point, Rob? Like
on top of that, tech companies are laying off. They're freezing hiring. So it's not just crypto. Tech companies and other big companies are, slowing down hiring, freezing hiring, and laying people off.
But yes, the news is very bad. But we want to tell investors, the viewers, like, what do you do in this scenario? Like, what am I doing? What is Rob doing? I'm actually starting to accumulate even more right now. It's some of these altcoins that I love the projects are down over 90%, and I am accumulating right now. Yet, do I believe that the prices of Bitcoin and altcoins could go lower? Yes. Is that 100% certain? I don't know. I think it's a great time to continue dollar cost averaging. Could I be holding these good projects for 2 to 3 years, even longer before I sell? Possibly. But I'm of the long-term mindset of that I'm accumulating projects that I believe in, that in 3 years, 5 years down the road could be worth much more in terms of the utility that they provide. So what are you doing right now, Rob?
So that's a good point, but there's so many variables going on right now. So there's a lot of different ways to look at it. I like to have a collective view, and I talk to a lot of smart people, professional investors, finance professionals. So I feel like I have a broad collective perspective. So a couple of things. We're at a point right now where crypto just had a huge bull run and came down. Most people lost money. So a lot of those people that were investing, they're kind of like, they got burnt from the market. Some of those people may not return. There's some people out there that maybe they just don't have the money to buy crypto right now. Maybe they can't afford gas. Maybe they're afraid they're going to get laid off. Maybe, they're trying to just afford rice and beans right now. Who knows? So there's a lot of variables at play. I do think the macro is bearish, but crypto's not going anywhere. Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Crypto and Bitcoin have historically seen a cyclical market where you have a bull run and then you have a bear market. So this is nothing new for crypto and Bitcoin to experience. I do think most of the altcoins will die off.
I agree.
They're not going to come back. The developers will leave. Mm-hmm. There's like 20,000 altcoins out there. So only the good projects are going to last.
It's like a weeding out that's going to be happening over like this bear market is actually good for the market long term, I think.
Yeah. So the market has to cleanse. All these Ponzi's are unwinding. Luna, Celsius, these friggin', NFT projects. A lot of things are unwinding, which is good for the market to cleanse and go forward. But I don't think crypto and Bitcoin are going anywhere. So unless you think crypto and Bitcoin are never coming back, then don't invest right now. But if you're a smart person and you think Bitcoin and crypto are going to be around for a long time, now is a good time to start dollar cost averaging in. Personally, I think we're going to go lower, but you got to think, okay, like if we're at 20, 22,000 now, like what's going to happen? What happens if we go 50% lower? We're at $10,000 Bitcoin. Well, if you buy now and we go 50% lower, but we go, 4 or 5x in the next couple of years, that's not a bad deal. So there's a couple of ways to look at it, but I think for the most part now, most of the risk is off the table because like what's the most we're going to go down? Another 50%. And then from there, it's all upside. So the riskiest thing you could have done was bought when Bitcoin was at the top at 69,000. Right now, it's relatively low risk when prices are really low and there's not that much. There's like, we're not going to go down that much further.
That's only if you believe that Bitcoin is not going anywhere. If it's like there's like two different camps. There's people that think crypto is going to eventually fail. I'd tell those people, stay away. We don't want you in the market anyway because you're going to panic sell when you're down 50% anyways. But if you do believe in crypto long term, I think now's a great time to throw not everything at your favorite projects. Dollar cost average, like we always say, just throw 25% of what you want to invest in this bear market at it right now. If it goes lower, buy some more. As long as you believe that crypto is going to be around long term, do your own research and buy the projects that you like.
Yeah, it's the same thing with saying like you don't think stocks are going to be around long term. Like they're suffering, a downturn from the market. They're probably going to go down even more. But it's like, well, you're going to buy them at lower prices because you think the stock market's going to return, or you're just not going to invest if you have money to invest because you don't think the stock market's ever going to come back. So you got to like look at the psychology from all different aspects. I will say the risk though with crypto though of it never coming back in the future, you got to know this, is the potential for regulation. Like what if the government wants to step in, regulate it, ban it, whatever? I mean, governments have tried that and they've been fighting it for years and years, and China's banned it and all these countries have banned it. But I think for the most part, regulation and politicians seem to be pro crypto, and I don't see how they can actually ban it. I mean, they can tax it, but that's something to be aware of.
El Salvador, man, just move to El Salvador, and
yeah, countries are accepting it as their countries are buying it, institutions are buying it. So you got to have a broad view of what's going on. But in general, we're going into, and we are in a monetary tightening situation. So I think now's the time to buy. And then when the tightening slows down and we start to get loose again, then crypto will take off because crypto is basically a play on loose money.
Projects, though, that are still around. When
yeah.
VeChain,
right?
That's one I love. You guys know that.
Just sponsored UFC. I think that's pretty big. But that's it for my thoughts, unless you wanted to pull up anything else.
No, I think we can wrap it up there. We always say that Rob and I are not financial advisors. We just want to let everyone know, please do your own research before you actually invest any of your hard-earned real money. And wrap it up there.
One more thing. If you like this video or we got value, please like this video and subscribe. We do our research and we try to bring you value and market analysis. So if you like this, leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts, and let us know where you think the market's going. Thank you.